Some of you may not be ready to view the content of this video. It's going to challenge your entire view of life. You may find this difficult and may realize that spirituality is not for you at all. For others, this video will be able to spring your growth into the future. It will allow you to manifest your future self. If you follow the path I've started recently, my first video of this new series was focused on comfort. In the following video, I challenge habits that keep you stuck, that prevent you from doing work and manifesting things. And then we talked about pain and how pain can reshape your entire persona. And pain also seen as challenges. So if you think you're ready to take the next steps, I would suggest watching this video. This video will be about destroying your ego. The first time this idea came to me, I was in a spiritual journey. And during the spiritual journey, the journey was taking me in different places. And all of a sudden, I go into a restroom and I look at the face reflected on the mirror and I ask myself, who am I? Do that exercise right now. Stop this video, take 5 minutes. Ask yourself, who am I? Many of you will come out with definitions and personalities. Some of you will identify with the job you do. I'm a firefighter, I'm a priest, I am a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer. Some of you will identify with their diets. I do paleo, keto, I'm a vegan. Some of you will identify with the type of sports that you do. I do Pilates, yoga, I'm a CrossFitter. And they're bigger ideas too. You may identify with your party you're affiliated with. I'm a conservative, I'm a liberal, I'm an independent. Or you may identify with your religion. All of these layers there are going on top of each other. They characterize who you are, but they also identify one thing. They identify your ego. Removing the ego, we become the passive energy where we're actually taking things in. So we make space for our new self, our new version of yourself. This is based on the principle of know thyself. If you know yourself, you know the reason behind some personality traits. Many of us have personalities that are based on genetic traits, but a lot of times those will manifest because of the environment. So doing this ego dive, you're actually able to look at your own personality and figure out why you have specific traits. But know thyself gets deeper, because the moment you get to the empty vessel, you realize that you're a soul living a human experience. Your deity living a human experience. When you realize that this is not just your journey. You share your journey with multiple other people, with multiple other souls. With this process of sharing, what you actually end up doing is that you realize that your deity and that deity is actually expanded to the rest of society, to everybody else. So you're not one, you're not separated from everything else, you're actually part of the whole. So remove those attachments. If you're a spiritual person, you may be attached to an archetype. You may think, I'm the archetype of the king, I'm the archetype of the warrior, I'm the wise man. But all of those are attachments. By separating yourself from the ego, you realize that you're part of something bigger, that we're all interconnected, and you're able to welcome in those gifts that you're seeking. So if you're looking to practice telepathy, telekinesis, astral projection, if you don't remove the ego, it's going to be really difficult to get to those gifts. Not impossible, but really difficult. By the way, I offer coaching, one-on-one coaching as well. Essentially, if you watch the previous videos, I can guide you through the process to get here. I believe that spiritual practice is not helpful unless you have implementation of those lessons and change to our own day-to-day life. For that reason, I'm more than happy to be helpful in that sense. However, this process of ego destruction is something that it's yours personal. I can coach you through the first steps and give you the tools, but this is a lifelong experience. Because many of you may have done the work and realize, well, I don't want to give up this idea of being love and light. After all, this is the reason why you decided to go through the spiritual experience. You wanted something more, you wanted something better. Not only better yourself, but perhaps better the community around you. Help, provide help for somebody, provide a way for people to become more wise. This is another ego trap. And what happens through this specific ego trap is that we become spiritual beings and we are going through our own spiritual circles and we practice love and light, and we tell people, well, if you don't practice love and light, you're going to receive negative energy. If you do something negative, that's going to come back to you threefold. Think about your language right now. Everything you're saying is yet another limitation. And because you're divine, divine means infinite potential, which is the opposite of limitations. So now you're working through this system of bullshit, essentially, where you're telling people, well, don't do this, it will come back to you 3 times, threefolds, tenfolds.